Call the midwife, friends. This lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd delivers. See this closed loop on the Virgo glyph? That's not a letter. That's a midwife tying an umbilical cord. And that changes everything about what this blood moon eclipse is actually all about. Let's discuss. So welcome to Coffee and Cosmos. I'm Stella Wilde, your anti-doom, no bullshit astrologer. And today we are talking about what this blood moon eclipse in Virgo is really all about. What no one else is telling you. And it's this. It's not about surrender. That is freaking lazy astrology. Think about it. A year ago, where were you when we had our first Virgo eclipse in this cycle? It was a total lunar eclipse on March 14th, 2025. So yeah, that was a moment of being totally in the dark. Maybe a moment of hitting rock bottom, knowing that something needed to change in wherever house Virgo is for you in your natal birth chart. That was the surrender moment. That's when you said to yourself, universe, show me the way, because something's gotta give. And then on the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, September 21st, 2025, that's maybe when you got the news that something new was absolutely ready to grow in this area of your chart. And that news might have been delivered via your body as you felt the heavy misalignment of what needed to show up and change. Maybe it resulted in procrastination, resistance, tiredness, cravings for junk food. But then, wow, the moment you claimed something new in this Virgo area of growth for yourself, your body immediately relaxed. The decision was made. You were all in. And now, here we are 6 months later. You've been putting in hard labor over many months, purging, releasing, rebuilding, reconfiguring. Thanks to the South Node doing its thing, also in Virgo at this time. You've been a midwife to your own life, giving yourself a pep talk to keep going, to keep taking care of yourself, to keep breathing one step at a time, one detail at a time, just how Virgo likes it. And now on March 3rd, this Virgo lunar eclipse is about the final push, the moment of crowning all the labor, blood, sweat, and tears you have poured into the Virgo area of your chart. The lazy astrologers are telling you to just light a candle and let go. Meanwhile, our Call the Midwife Virgo is saying, are you kidding me? We are not done. Push! The lazy astrologers are still stuck in the Neptune and Pisces era, and they're telling you this Virgo eclipse is all about releasing what no longer serves. Hell no. That's the Neptune and Pisces era. This is the Neptune and Aries era. This is the Saturn in Aries era. This is the raw blood of birth, and you're about to know exactly what your baby looks like. And by the way, your baby might not look like what you expected. Maybe your baby is a boundary you finally held. Maybe it's a relationship you finally walked away from. Maybe it's the version of you that stopped apologizing for simply existing or having an opinion. Maybe it's a business you restructured. Maybe it's your health. You finally went to the doctor, got back on some good eating habits, health regimens, the gym. Maybe it's just you finally said no and you freaking meant it. Because here's the thing, the Virgo-Pisces axis where we've been having eclipses this last year, it's all about the service of Virgo and the sacrifice of Pisces. It's that dynamic. And the South Node in Virgo has been asking, who are you serving and what has been the cost of that to you? Maybe you've been a midwife to everybody but yourself. But these eclipses have woken you up to the fact that your baby needs you. It needs the same care and attention to detail that you have been giving to everyone else. Because I've said many times on this channel in recent months, the Neptune in Pisces era of energy extraction and sacrifice is over. Done. Finito. And I know this because I lived it. We all live under the same skies, and these eclipses in Virgo have been hitting my 8th house, where our deepest gifts live. Intuition, the ability to read energy, occult knowledge, the stuff that, drew you to this channel in the first place. I've been studying astrology since I was 12 years old. I have been involved with tarot for decades. And, my Scorpio moon definitely sees what other people can't. But the astrology and tarot niche here on YouTube has some unspoken rules. The algorithm has expectations. And somewhere along the way I was delivering my gifts stopped matching the gifts themselves. The 12 sign grind, pumping out 24, 28 videos a month, hyping the titles to get clicks, doing sign by sign readings that I, quite frankly, sometimes did not feel connected to, because that's what astrology and tarot YouTube should look like, right? In quotes. That's what gets views. That's what the system rewards. That's what the algorithm wants. And yeah, it worked for a while. I built this channel. I had videos that have done very well. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Money and career readings were huge. I built something real. My channel's real. I built that inside that system. But eventually the cost caught up with me. There was the slow creep as I was sitting down to film that started to feel very obligatory and physically heavy. I would look at the videos that I was supposed to film to feed the algorithm, and I felt a lot of times more dread than inspiration. But I kept going because the income depended on it. And the algorithm punishes you if you stop, if you don't feed the system. That is what has been going on in my 8th house Virgo, taking something sacred, my gifts, and running them through the machine of the grind until it all got very tiring and I was hitting a wall, and I did not like it. And also, if you've caught some of my other videos, and if you're an OG viewer of the channel, that there was a lot of other stuff going on in the background, which I won't detail ad nauseum here, but my cat Ariel passing away, my father's slow decline with dementia and then passing away, moving, caretaking, a lot of other things happening as well. And, again, the algorithm punishes you if you don't keep up the grind. And you keep up the grind because when I was going through all that stuff, as I just detailed, you didn't have the energy. I didn't have the energy to do anything different. But now I do. So these Virgo eclipses in my 8th house have made me realize I had some serious midwifery to do on myself and my 8th house. And yeah, you might have noticed over the last little bit that things have been changing on my channel. I never made any big announcement. I just started showing up doing different things. And it was fun, and it's been fun, and it will continue to be fun because now it's about having actual cosmic conversations with y'all instead of doing the 12 sign Neptune in Pisces grind. Because here's the thing, eclipses don't work in isolation. There's always other stuff going on in our charts. And yes, I had been feeling the rumblings of Saturn and Neptune getting ready to go into my third house, Aries. And I knew it was about time to let my Aries out, as Alexia said in the comments on one of my videos. So my baby and what she looks like is a lovely mix of the best of 8th house Virgo and an Aries 3rd house mouth and mind. And yeah, I'm doing things differently now because authenticity matters more to me than an algorithm. And that's very Virgo and that's very Aries. Of course, I still hope y'all watch the videos, okay? But I think that's what this eclipse is asking all of us. Where are you choosing an algorithm, an expectation over something authentic in your life? Where are you performing instead of delivering? So let me know in the comments, what did your Virgo eclipse deliver this year? What's your baby? I genuinely would love to hear in the comments. And if you want to go deeper and have someone look at your chart and give you the scoop on what's going on, not just with the eclipses, but what else might be going on for you now that your baby, work with the metaphor, is here, I can be your midwife. The link is in the description if you would like to book a reading with me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon on the next episode of Coffee and Cosmos. Take care. Stella Wilde, signing out.